It's about corporate giving. It's about ethics and compliance. It's about diversity. It's working with governments. It's about innovation, because you can't do things like you did before with less resources. You have to do it differently. It's about partnerships with all of the programs, and I'm actually give you some real examples that we've developed. It's partnerships, and our focus is to benefit our people, to benefit our planet, and to offer places to stay that provides economic benefits, and we want to do that responsibly and ethically.
That's your job as a business, is to maximize profit. Our job as citizens is to set up a series of constraints that say you maximize profits, but you can't pollute, as an example. Or if you pollute, this is what's going to happen. And theoretically, the fine should be large enough to be a disincentive to polluting.
And therefore, people should get to a point to start talking and discussing about what we are going to do in the future. That is the main issue. What are we going to do in the future? We should get to some kind of agreement among us. Are we doing things at the right speed, at the right moment in South America? And the answer is, I'm afraid, no.
You can create your own job in a company or outside a company. And it's really important because what this work is about, it is a work of living and working with purpose. We're at 7 billion people and we are growing to 9 billion people. And the bottom line to that is that means we are overusing the resources of the planet by 4 times the amount. So people, those additional 2 billion people, but currently the billions of people that we have now, are using wood, need energy, oil, gas, renewable, whatever energy. They need to be able to have homes, they need clothes.
We want them to begin thinking creatively. We want them to begin thinking innovatively. We want them to develop skills that they can take in their own business, but if they choose to be an entrepreneur, if they choose to go out and work for someone else, to have a competitive advantage so they can beat out the next person who's trying to get that same job.
There are no unique characteristics of entrepreneurs. So a lot of people, say, oh, this person is entrepreneurial, this person's not. There is no such thing. There's no psychological characteristic or set of psychological characteristics that define entrepreneurs. There are a couple of things that go along with being successful. One is having a certain amount of self-awareness to know what it is that you deliver and what it is that you need to get from others.
I met so many students that they perform well academically and they went into the marketplace, but because they didn't network, they didn't build any type of infrastructure, any type of relationships. They were literally on an island by themselves. One is too small a number for greatness.
And sometimes that is to look within with the desire that we want, things that we need to do, whether we have to look at our network, we have to look at our contacts, we have to look at what we really want to do at our core. That may be the desire to help. Whatever that is, I think as we reflect and look within, I think those are the tools that we want to start with.
Those of you that will go into the marketplace, to your surprise, you're going to find out that your game plan really is as good as everybody else's. It literally blows your mind. You're saying, oh my God, you mean you're from Colombia and you didn't know that?
But if you really focus on the people, because Airbnb is all about people and interactions, I have a competitive edge naturally, and so that's pretty much part of my focus right now, is making sure I have a value and I have a positive impact on everything around me through my company.
Let's be real, the older generation, they want to tag along with the younger generation, right? We got stuff going on. We know the internet, we know marketing, we know innovation. So your vision, your purpose, your passion, and the pursuit of it really can have a lot more effect on other business owners, on your family, whatever it is, and you don't even know it.
If it takes me 5 years, I will stay in Medgar College for 5 years because I'm not leaving the room. I am trying to stay here as long as possible to learn as much as I possibly can from her. I understand that she has not scratched the surface of what she wants to do to help this school and its community. For as long as she is here, and as long as she will have me, I am rolling behind Dean Road.
Most people don't understand 51% of employment is done by small businesses. So if you take away the small businesses, what happens? You kill off an economy.
All the greatness that has happened to me at Medgar Evers is because of the faculty and the institution, what it represents. It represents social justice, you know, and me hear the word social and me hear about the word social.
Technology has a role to play in basically developing our own country. I mean, just utilizing that and realizing that we're the only ones who can solve our own problems.
But if we start them from an early age on how to think about things that they can do, solving problems in their own communities and turning those problems into business opportunities and essentially becoming entrepreneurs, then the economic development in the country can start happening.
It doesn't matter whether you're in Nairobi, Kenya, whether you are in Sao Paulo, Brazil, whether you are in Kingston, whether you are in Brooklyn. Entrepreneurs speak a common language, which is profit maximization. And so the question again goes back to how do you maximize profits and be a responsible global citizen? And it is a question that I think people have a hard time dealing with because you basically want to maximize profit. People are not in businesses because they're chilling. And the question is, how do you make corporations who are treated like people behave like human beings? In other words, how do we make corporations do the right thing? How do we get them to honor our planet in terms of green agenda? How do we get them to honor our people in terms of paying people reasonably? How do we get them to honor diversity in terms of including people in the kind of business that they do? This is the consequence of paying below a certain wage. You can maximize profits, but you must provide health care. You can maximize profits, but you must provide sick leave. Do you know that nearly half of all Americans do not have sick leave?
We can do it here in our community. We can build sustainable businesses. We just have to be about the task of focusing resources, focusing time, getting good support, from all around in our CUNY circle and outside our CUNY circle, in our community and abroad. And you'll hear more about our abroad partners today. As we go through the 3 days, you're going to hear more and more about how we're trying to work with everyone to make all of our businesses stronger.
Corporate social responsibility is so much more than just the environment and just philanthropy and just ethics. It's about how we work and live today. And if there's nothing else, I really want to challenge you to figure out what your area of purpose, how you can make a difference and make an impact, because we need a lot of help. And we need everybody to be on board.